This is exactly what they do. Ha ha, F you all. I have control over everything. Not only do I have control over my body, my life, my telling of the truth, my having to face justice, I ultimately, at the very end of everything, have control over whether or not you will ever know the truth, if her family will ever know the truth, ever truly know what happened and why it happened. And I'm going to deprive you of having that truth. That is somebody that feels absolutely no remorse at all. He only cares that he was cornered, exposed, and caught. And his last ditch effort was to run out the back door and go take his own life somewhere. And then tell a load of crap to the public, to his parents, to Gabby's parents and siblings who deserve to know the truth. And it's an amazing thing that modern science, modern medicine has the ability to take those remains and to be able to give that closure of what probably really happened to her family and siblings. So talking about Brian Laundrie to me is a waste of space. It's a waste of time. There are better things that we could be focusing on. The documentary is great. I suggest anybody go watch it. The new one that's on Netflix with the American murder, it's the Gabby Petito case. It's 3 episodes. Her parents, all of them, because her mother and father separated, and they both have simultaneously got married to new people. So Gabby was raised by her mother and stepfather and father and stepmother. So all 4 of them have done sit downs. They have come out. They have supported each other on days that they've needed that support. And it's just a really beautiful blended family. And they are largely responsible for doing press conferences, for saying, hey, we need to know, where is our daughter? Something is not right. We're getting text messages after not hearing from her. And these text messages are clearly not her, it's somebody else. And here comes her fiance back to his parents' house in Florida with her van money. What is going on? What is going on? All they cared about was finding Gabby. And that was what sparked society and people on social media that make up and comprise all of society today. That's what got them involved and was able to close this case and solve it and actually find the remains of Gabby and be able to pinpoint. And they were able to find her intact. And luckily they were, because unfortunately, like with Brian Laundrie, yeah, they found bones. Yeah, they supposedly have been able to say with dental records that this is him. I mean, if they found bones, they can still usually manage to get DNA from the bone marrow. And I don't know if they did that. I have not seen any reports. I don't care to read the reports because it is considered a solved case. And it's just one that didn't really interest me, with how many African American and indigenous and minority women that come up missing or have had their life taken by an intimate partner or a spouse or a boyfriend. The Gabby Petito case blew up because she was a very young 22-year-old white female with blonde hair, blue eyes. And it's a sad, stark reality that is just the way it is. People give those kinds of cases the attention and the media attention. And the media picks it up and spreads it. The Associated Press all pick it up and spread it. But they don't do that. That same exposure for other missing persons. It's almost like they say, well, if you're an African American, Asian, or minority woman or an indigenous woman, well, chances are they'll pop up. Chances are they're a grown woman. They have every right to just disappear if they want to. That's not normal for anybody to just disappear and to not be heard from. So if somebody is actually a reported missing person, I think they should all be taken seriously. And that's just my own opinion. Why do we have press then? Why do we have news then? Why do every news outlet and network, why do they have accounts on social media then? If not to utilize it in a positive and proactive way when things like this come up. We know from looking at Gabby, we know from the one incident in Moab, we know that Brian Laundrie was likely doing this the whole duration of their relationship. And the whole love bombing her and suddenly asking her to marry him. that it was a narcissistic manipulation tool to get her to not leave him and not go to the police and tell on him and to stay with him. And that's all it was. But she was smart enough to do this. There was a part of her soul, a part of her heart, a part of her mind that told her, this is not right. Somebody who says that they love me would not do this to me. And she documents it. As unfortunate as it was, Gabby's very short life and her dreams actually did end up coming true, because her van life, one episode that she posted to her YouTube, got over 7 million views to this day, and it still continues to get views. The world now knows exactly what happened to her and knows what and who did it. And ultimately, that's the bottom line, is that closure. Not for us in society as much as for her parents and her siblings. I don't know if Brian Laundrie is alive. I don't know if those are really his bones. And if they weren't, how can forensic specialists close out the case and say that it was? I don't think that they could be wrong, because with DNA evidence, with dental records, there's no way that they could absolutely botch that. So it's my own opinion that, yeah, he very much is deceased. And his parents knew something. I think they knew a lot more. That's why they lawyered up right away. And they knew that he was likely going to do something like this. Or at least they knew where he would be and where he would go, because when they start the search, they find him not even 2 hours later, the same exact spot and all his stuff. But this piece is what really bothered me. He says at the end of his note, this note, telling us a bunch of BS, saying that Gabby was really severely injured, so he had to take her life instead of taking her to a hospital. Please pick up all of my things. Gabby hated people who litter. Well, Brian, if you didn't choose such a horrible spot with water, 5 feet of water flooding that whole area, it's probably the only reason why they were able to find you at all, because had you been out in the open, animals would have taken you. It's likely that flooded water that helped preserve his bones at all. And we now know what kind of person Roberta is, his mother. To me, this right here nullifies anything she has to say or think ever, other than a formal apology to Gabby's parents and siblings. Let's talk about some of the African-American women that are missing from Detroit. Alexis Brown, Naziah Harris, Ashley Elkins, Alasia Hill, Carissa Sheffield. Let's pick just one of those. Ashley Elkins has been missing. 30-year-old mother of 2 went missing on January 2nd of 2025. She was last seen leaving her home in Warren on Knox Avenue around 8:30 a.m. to run errands. CBS Detroit has put it on their YouTube, and it barely got 121 likes and only 33 comments. Yet her attorney, the family attorney, Maurice Morton, has begged for people to please spread the word. Please. Somebody must know something or have seen something. Her mother has begged. The search appeared to center around the Hampton Court Apartments in Roseville, Michigan, where the woman's ex-boyfriend lives. 30-year-old Ashley Elkins, a mother of 2, was last seen on the morning of January 2nd, leaving her Warren home in a gray 2010 Chevy Malibu. Family told CBS News Detroit on Monday that her cell phone had last pinged at her ex-boyfriend's apartment complex in Roseville, where authorities were actively searching Tuesday night. Roseville Police Chief Mitchell Berlin confirmed Wednesday that detectives recovered Elkins' vehicle in the area of 13 Mile and Little Mac in Roseville, as well as a trash dumpster from the Hampton Court Apartments. Neither Elkins nor her ex-boyfriend were located at the apartments. Police say there is a strong possibility that foul play is involved in the case, and that it most likely occurred at the Hampton Court Apartments, and that significant evidence, including forensics, was recovered at the apartment complex. She is still actively missing. She is a mother of 2. She just got her blackjack dealing license and was looking forward to her new job, which was supposed to start the day she came up missing on January 2nd, 2025. The Detroit Police, the Warren Police, and the Michigan State Police crime scene team are all still actively looking for her. Come February 1st, they were supposed to actually indict on first-degree murder charges her boyfriend. They've been actively looking at waste management landfill sites for her body. Her boyfriend was arraigned on charges, but her body has not been found.